A very good evening to you, and thank you so much for sticking to Y254 TV. Welcome to the Power Talk Show. My name is Cheryl Blessing, and I am your host for this conversation. We've been having so many conversations, and one of the things that we have not really tackled directly is beauty standards. We haven't really talked about who sets the standards, what are the beauty standards, and what do we even define as these beauty standards. So I want us to get into the conversation and figure out what the standards are, who sets them, and how do we even get to decide what standards suit us and what we're going to move by. So I'm joined by two amazing guests who are going to give us some insight on this conversation. The first one is a lovely lady, Naomi Nganga, who is an actress, and you're an entrepreneurship mentor, and you're also a plus size advocate. Karibu, how are you doing?
Thank you so much for having me. Only I have a cold, do forgive my voice.
It's okay.
But you're gonna keep the conversation going.
I love that.
Yeah.
Tutaweka mtaona joto. Hata mimi homa inanitaka but tuko hapa maombi. In Jesus name.
Amen.
And next to Naomi we have Bantu Alara, who is a DJ and a sports commentator. Karibu.
Niko hapa.
Na Bantu ametuambia homa ni inevitable, by the way.
Lazima ikam.
We have to just accept it.
You can't go tibu,
We can't even prevent it.
Yes.
So if we can't prevent homa, let us try and prevent some ideologies zenye zinatu set back as a society. I want us to talk about some of the beauty standards we hold as a society and who sets these standards. I want to engage with you as we continue this conversation. Go on our platforms at Y254 Sahizi, and we are streaming live on X just in case you are not aware. Go on our platforms at Y254, that's Facebook, Instagram, and all other social media platforms, and let me know who defines beauty standards. Is it society or is it you? In your opinion, who do you think defines the standards of beauty? Is it something that society tells us, or is it something that comes from within? Do we decide, this is my standard, this is what I consider beautiful, and this is what I think should be the standard? Go on our platforms right now at Y254 across all socials and let me know what you think about this conversation. Now, I'm super excited because I've told my guests before, we've not really had a direct conversation on the standards of beauty and self-love. I also want to include self-love because I think they go hand in hand together. So to just kickstart, let me get what we think are beauty standards. What do we define as beauty standards? Naomi, what do you define as the standards of beauty?
I think you personally define what's your beauty standard. It's a personal journey. And many years back, we never beauty was defined by the society, like you said. Especially at our age, sisi millennials, I think nyinyi wote ni Gen Z. So as we were growing up, okay, so
Bantu labda ni millennial
Wait,
masquerading. I've just been called out before the show.
Oh, really?
Of our music, and it looks like it's just a song in a long time. You're Soulja Boy. Like, but the standards were being set by society.
By society, when we were growing up as millennials, for the longest time, before the narratives changed, it's the society that was defining beauty. Lazima ukwe light skin, lazima ukwe na figa fulani, ili they consider you as someone who is beautiful. And even that time, it used to even affect the careers you choose. I remember I wanted to be an air hostess many years back. So when I was told the criteria, nikamwambia watu wakubwa hawezi toshea kwa ndege, so ndio maana wanatafutanga ndio maana wanatafutanga nini watu wadogo kuingia kwa ndege. And so now that also shattered my dream at some point, so I had to change career because I mean tumeambiwa hatuwezi, if you are big you can't be able to to pursue some certain careers. And it has been like that for a longest time. Even in journalism, there were certain images that when we grew up that suited that type of career. Yeah. So ulikuwa unajiangalia unaona mimi sifanani na ule dem, so hata hapa siwezi jaribu. So society defined beauty at that time, but times have changed, and the narrative has people like us who are body positive champion, we've kept on the motion, kept on the discussions alive because they were so narrow at that point, and now the narrative is changing. It has taken a while, but we are getting there, but we are not yet there yet. So social media imekuja, yes, it's a powerful tool for us to drive this conversation and choose and push body positivity, kujipenda, kujitambua, kujua we ni nani, you know, self-awareness, but also it's a very thin line. Social media helps you, it has helped with the motion, but also it has affected the motion in a way that, yes, like you were saying before tuanze show, last year Kim Kardashian akiingia kwa industry alikuwa thick, you know, big small waist, big hips, and now everybody wanted to look like that. Then last year aka cut off weight akakuwa petite, and now everybody wanted to be like Kim Kardashian because she's considered as the standards of beauty. And so it's a very thin line, and it's very important that we're having this conversation just to remind people that you have to love yourself and be confident in yourself, because tukingoja society tuambie inashinda ikitugeusha kila saa, inashinda ikitupelekea standards zingine kila saa. So for me, beauty and self-love, it's a journey that has to start within you. And like you said before, no, you said something before, tatujonge topic ya beauty standards ni ya madem. Imagine it's a human issue. It's not even about women. You don't know how many men here have self-esteem issues. They do not have confident issues. So it's no longer a woman issue. It's a human issue. Yeah, and so ni kujitambua, kujielewa, kujikubali, because pia social media inakuja na pressure yake siku hizi. Na unapata watu wanaenda depression, wana commit suicide because they are trying so much to compare themselves with other people on social media.
It can even change. We had the case of someone who lost their life last year because alikuwa under cosmetic surgery.
Exactly.
And I like that you have said that ume highlight the difference in maybe the generations.
Yes.
Right now the Gen Alphas, the Gen Z, the Gen X, kuna wenye wame grow up na digital media.
Yes.
And then kuna wenye wali grow up ile era ya early 2000
Yes.
where you still have Trace,
Yes.
Buzz, The Beat, ndio ina dictate.
Ndio hiyo.
And
we are just lost. We are lost. Yeah.
And for the longest time there was either magazines, fashion, TV that dictates this is beautiful, this isn't.
Exactly.
Now for the gentlemen, Bantu, because I like also that you've said it's a conversation about the men
it's
here.
a human
I want
issue.
us to have a conversation for the men specifically, but because it's so in-depth for both of them,
right,
let's focus on the women for today.
Okay.
So Bantu, what do you define, what do you think of a standard of beauty when you think about women?
Personally, beauty inaanza tu na wewe mwenyewe, venye unajibeba, unajua. But despite hizi zote, venye nikipinga Naomi kidogo, bado kenye wengine wanaona kwako ita make sense. Like kama leo umetoka kwa hao, umetokelezea vizuri, unajua uko sawa. Then ukitoka nje, watu wawili watatu wanakukriticize. Unajua wewe mwenyewe unaanza kulose your self esteem. Inashuka, unaona watu wakwambie like hii kiatu yako leo haiko poa. Lakini ukivaa ulitoka kwa hao ukijua iko poa. Unaona inaanza unafika place unasikia watu wanakutusi sijui about venye wewe maybe ni huge ama venye wewe ni mslender. Hata kama utaweka hiyo confidence aje, still itakuwa ina lose your self esteem in one way or the other. So maoni ya wengine pia ina matter according to venye juu itakuwa in either way ita lose your self esteem venye unaona itakuwa affect. Hata kama wanasema don't mind sijui careless nini, but ukiwa peke yako tu utaanza kuona like kwani wao wananiona aje, kwani sifai kunaona ama kwani sifai kuslim ama vitu kama hizo. So despite hivyo ndio wanasema lazima ukue ready for criticization. Watu watakukriticize, usitokee ukisema ati like mi hakuna mse anaweza ni criticize. Venye huko si kila mtu ndio unaona kila mtu akona choice yake. Kuna mtu anapenda huge, kuna mtu anapenda small, kuna watu wanapenda wanaitwa chubby ama wanaitwa
chubby.
I don't know that. Kila mtu akona venye anapenda, unajua. So huwezi sema ati utafurahisha kila mtu. So in one way or the other, your beauty affects people.
And I like, I know Naomi
I'm
like to add to that.
But
let me wacha niongeze swali. I like that you've also brought that up because unajua unaweza kuwa confident, unaweza kuona enyo mimi ni mrembo. Case in point, let me give you a scenario. When I was young, nilikuwa nimemaliza high school. So then the year after on my birthday, nilikuwa napenda kutry na fashion, experimenting with outfits. So I kind of designed an outfit. I was feeling so confident about it. Nilikuwa naona nani kama mimi natesa kwa this street. Nilitoka kwa nyumba, my parents have complimented me, my family, Wachi, kila mtu. Then do you know comment ya mtu mwenye nilikip kwa akili? Mtu wa takataka.
Out of all zote.
Matthew, I've come from like 5-10 compliments. Then kwa barabara nimefika hivi, mtu ako kwa lori ya takataka. Ati umevaa je hiyo nguo yako hata ikaipoa. And the whole night I kept thinking about mtu wa takataka. Na nimeenda tao, watu wananiangalia wako like, dem ako smart, my friends, everyone. So it's important for us to remember people can affect you. So how do we build our confidence? How do we sisi wenyewe, because venye Naomi unasema it comes from within. How do we decide I am beautiful regardless of this one negative comment, 10 negative comments, 20 negative comments? How do you decide all these other comments, mtu akisema nini, yes labda I'll take it into consideration, but I will not let it affect my mood or define who I am. How do we get there?
And you guys are so right. Let me tell you, one of the people's opinion is one of the biggest factor that contributes to your self-esteem and low confidence. That is one of the biggest. Hakuna kitu mbaya kama kwamba ukai poa. Hiyo inakukill kabisa. But again, now you come and reflect and look at yourself. Sasa nikivai dress we like, ule I like, ule I like, ule I like. So which niende na gani ama niache gani? Unaona? So for me self love ndio nasema it's not an overnight job. Si atutamka leo mimi nimejiamini. No. It is a journey kujijua. Na kuna mimi bantu, mimi nikichapanga earrings, mimi ziunibamba. Unaona? Nikivanga ragged jeans yangu, yani unifurahisha mimi. Unaona, no matter hata nani asemeje, hata kama indasikia inani disappoint, but me unibamba. So it's first doing things that you love and that you know genuinely I love doing these things. I love wearing earrings. Machali watu wenye wakapa wajavaa earrings. But akona confidence kukamna hizi earrings. Lakini mimi azinibambi ama ukiziangalia zikuba. But because yana unaanga mimi nakaa fiti, nimejiamini nakaa fiti, ndio maana kona hiyo confidence kukamnayo hapa. So ni zile kujijua first. I always say jijue. Kama ujijui, that's why a lot of distraction. Mtu akikwambia hizi earrings zinabu, kesho tunataka bantu wavae earrings. Watu akimwambia hizi glasses zinakaaje, ulikuwa nakaje kwa tip, tena ameacha kuvaa hizo glasses. Hiyo ragged jeans ni nini? Hizo ni gani? Ulienda nazo kwa TV, anza sasa kuvaa straight jeans because hajijui. But the moment najua kitu zuri unifurahisha, food unifurahisha, nguo unifurahisha, church unifurahisha, gari unifurahisha, simu unifurahisha, you will carry those things with confidence. Because at the end of the day they are bringing joy to you. Because people's opinions will always be there. We can never avoid it. And especially in social media, ukisha post your picture, it's a public opinion. Kuna 99 what I like, maybe moja ndio what I like. But because it's something that you enjoy, that it fulfills your heart. Yani inakubamba unasikia yani mimi nakaa fiti. You'll have to stick by that. And we learn by time and time watu wataanza kukuzoea. Kuna host tumeona kudanganya nywele za green. Yani wewe unaona amekaa do. But because amejiamini over time, mnachukua kama hiyo ndio brand yake na identity. Juu hata mumeongea, mumemsengenya lakini bado ako this is what I like. So opinions will always be there. They azitajaisha every day of our lives, in our careers, in our love lives, in our relationship, in our families. Opinions will always be there. The most important is what brings me joy as a person. What do I love? How do I feel when I wear my earrings? How do I feel when I wear this dress? How do I feel when I do my makeup? Does it bring joy to me? That is the important thing. Na hapo ndio self-love inaanzanga. And it's things we'll have to do them over and over again, even with those sad comments. And then now people will start embracing that. Yes.
I really love that. I love that umesema. First unafaa ujijue na ujikubali. Because unajua ukijijua na ujikubali, hata mtu akikuja kuambia by the way ni mweusi unakaaje. Uko like I'm dark and I love my melanin, you know? And we've seen countless people being so Lady Gaga.
Yes, exactly.
Kuna times alikuwa anavaa nyama for
ndio hiyo mpaka mkazoea. Mpaka kiba normal mnauza
nini mbaya exactly. So there's a conditioning that ukisha condition watu mimi najipenda hivi. Na regardless of what you say, I'm still myself. It takes a lot of confidence for us to get there.
And being real with yourself. Sasa unajipenda for the sake of saying, you know utapata mtu mdark 4-5 years later amejibleach. Juu alikuwa anasema I'm confident kama sasa Lupita
That's
kajibleach.
kwa roho.
Lupita kajibleach inaweza kaje? Itauma.
And you know, unfortunately, so many people, they're confident because of the brand.
Yes.
So I want to hear from you, because we're talking about self-love, we're talking about beauty standards.
Yeah.
Who do you think sets the standards of beauty? Is it society or is it you? Let's take a very short break. Alafu tukirudi, let's get deeper into this conversation because tumeanza tu. So let's get a very short break. Stay tuned. Go to our platforms at Y254. Tuambie, who do you think sets the standards of beauty?